Hello water signs, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_fire. I do daily readings there. Today we are doing your weekly reading for the week ahead. I feel like the overall energy for you guys, when we look at the underlining theme of this week, I feel like you guys in general, like the message from air would be that you're kind of on a search for truth. I feel like you're ready for that truth. It's that simple. I feel like you've been waiting around for too long and now you're ready for some answers. You could be actually this week starting to speak your truth too. I feel like for water signs it's been quite hard recently to actually get the words out, but I feel like with the King of Air here, he's pretty much like King of Air, King of Swords, sorry. I feel like he's pretty much ready to like make shit happen, you know. He's more than ready. So let's see what's happening for Cancer this week. Cancer, let's see what's happening for you this week. The world. Cancer, I feel like you're not really paying attention. I don't feel like you're really paying attention to yourself. I don't think you're paying attention to your intuition at all this week, or maybe even last week, or maybe just today. I don't know. The energy feels like you're not really paying attention to yourself in this card. I don't see the World card here today as anything outside of yourself, because you are the world, you know. We all are, like we're all a part of this world. So the fact that you have your back turned kind of is telling me that you're not really paying attention to yourself. You're not really paying attention to, because, I mean, the sky around the world looks flipping amazing. Let's just point that out. Let's have a look at that because, hello, amazing. But it feels like you're not really connecting. Like, it doesn't feel like you're connecting your higher self and your intuition with your physical self. It feels like the two for you at the moment are quite separate. I don't feel like you've got that balance with your higher self and your intuition and your physical self and what's happening there. I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. And I actually feel like this guy here, it feels like he wants to connect to that energy. Like he wants to have that balance, you know, because the Six of Pentacles is all about the law of like giving and receiving. It's like give to receive, or you don't give to receive. It's just the law. If you give, you will receive. It doesn't mean that you may give me £1 and I give you £1 back. It could be you give me £1 and then something great happens for you for the rest of the day. Who knows? Karma is karma, right? To give is to receive and vice versa. So I feel like with the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like this week would be a great time for you to not only learn to give and receive, because it's not forget receiving, because that is just as important as giving. But I feel like this week for you, it's like it's important to get that balance back. It's important to be open to receiving as much as you're giving. I feel like you may have even turned your back on that. I feel like you're just not, it just feels like for some reason you're not really paying attention to yourself. And it feels like you're not really open, because it's like all I can see here is your back, you know. It's like, what happened to the front of you? Like, I can't see you. All I can see is your back. And it's like, I feel like with the Six of Pentacles here, it's kind of asking you this week to actually connect yourself back together again, so you can enjoy the flow of giving and receiving and not to cut yourself off from that. And then we have the Six of Wands here, which is on the flip side. And I feel like maybe you were not getting the credit that you feel like you deserve. Because on this side, it's all about victory. And it's all about, yeah, look at me, I won, or whatever, you know. But on this side, it's kind of like, well, actually, truth is, you had a whole team of people helping you as well. So maybe you feel like you're not getting the recognition, or maybe you're not giving other people the recognition that they rightly deserve. because you haven't been fighting this battle alone. Maybe your spirit, maybe these people down here are your spiritual team. Maybe they're telling you, hello, we've been here this whole time and you haven't been paying us no mind because you've been busy turning your back on us. We've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to tell you about victory, but it's like, how many times do we have to literally like start a riot to get your attention? Bam. Okay, spiritual teams, calm down, I get it. I really feel like your spirit, I mean, you got to understand that spirit is childlike. They have a great sense of humour. They're not going to be all serious all the time and be like, you know, they have spirit. They have like innocence and fun, and, you know, they're not just going to like rock up and drop kick you and be like, bitch, pay attention. Sometimes they're going to be like, how many times are we going to have to rock up here and like make a distraction? Like, how many times are we going to have to get your attention? Why can't you just be like this guy and be willing to just be open to the giving and receiving? You know, why have you got to be so, you know, one or the other? Can you connect the two, please? You know, maybe I feel like for Cancerians, if you don't start making that connection, I feel like maybe your spiritual team are going to start making a riot, are going to start showing you things in the physical world, you know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think they're going to like uphaul your life and you're going to end up in the middle of nowhere stranded. What it feels like is they're just trying to get your attention. They want you to pay more attention to your intuition. They want you to connect your higher self and your physical self. They want you to be in balance, and they want you to do that here with the pentacles. And the best way to get into balance is to learn how to be open to giving and receiving. And a lot of us don't want to receive because we feel like we're not worth receiving. So maybe there's a question you can ask yourself this week, you know. Always ask yourself why. Always rabbit hole the question why. Why is this happening? Why have I disconnected? Why do I need to give and receive more? Why do I need to be open? Just rabbit hole this whole week. Because I feel like if you don't start reconnecting yourself to your intuition and start listening to your intuition, I feel like your spiritual team will start like throwing some stuff out there for you to, you know, they're going to cause a riot and they're going to try and get your attention, is what I feel like. What else could be going on here? I honestly don't feel any other thing other than that message. I honestly just feel like you're not connected to your senses. You're not connected to your higher self. You're not connected to your intuition. And I feel like maybe you're not open to giving or receiving. Maybe one or the other, maybe both. And I feel like that may be blocking you in a lot of ways from moving forward. And I also get like another message that I do get is that maybe someone's not getting the credit that they are meant to. Maybe you're the person that's not getting the credit that's due. But I could also say on the other side of the fence is maybe you're not giving people the credit that is due. It could go both ways. Just like this card here, giving and receiving, it's both ways. It's not just one way. It's like a two-way street. Cancer. I can't get anything else from this message, so I hope that resonates with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's see what's happening with Pisces this week. Pisces. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So Pisces, I feel like you're quite anxious this week. I feel like you may be anxious this week because you're not really prepared for what's coming. I want to ask, what is it, Pisces? I feel like for a long time, Pisces, you're just really guarding yourself. I always feel like there's something in front of you that you're trying to protect yourself from. I don't know why that is this year, Pisces. It feels like it's an ongoing thing. But I mean, is the Two of Wands really something to be scared of? Because he really looks like he's ready to take some action. Especially with this orb here. He's like, yeah, I got my shit. I'm ready. Let's do this. Like, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for you. It seems like what we're waiting for is we're waiting for you to figure out what the hell is going on. Because this week, let's have a look at this. On the flip side, it's all calm waters, you know. The moon is out. Water is calm. You're just kind of sitting there. You're still protecting yourself with your two swords there, covering your heart. But It doesn't look like there's a blindfold. You're just looking out on still waters. But on this side now, you're blindfolded, you've got your swords up, there's lightning, the water is rough. So it feels like not only are you mentally all over the place, emotionally you're all over the place, because the water's all over the place as well here. Like, the water's kicking up a storm. So I feel like you're really anxious this week, not just like in a mental sense, like emotionally as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're not physically feeling the consequences of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your body is the last place that these things will manifest. So if you're feeling mentally, emotionally anxious, then I wouldn't be surprised if physically you're not going to kind of experience some kind of reaction to that as well, you know. And the thing is, like, you've got the Two of Swords here, but then you've got the Two of Wands here, and I feel like this is where you're at, but this is the reality. I feel like maybe mentally, emotionally, you're anxious, but it's easy for me to say this, but I don't feel like there is a need to be anxious, because this guy is so ready to take action. He's so ready. Like, he knows what's going down. Like, he knows what he wants to do, and he knows how he's going to go about it. It's just a matter of just like, okay, maybe he's just daydreaming a little bit longer than usual, but he's ready. And then, you know, I'm drawn to the lion in the background here. He's roaring, like, he's ready. He's so ready for action. But I feel like your anxiety is stopping you from making this step. From the reason why this guy is still here and is not actually out there doing something is because you're holding the situation up when it comes to your anxiety. And anxiety is serious, trust me. I have anxiety. I've suffered with anxiety for about 5, maybe even 7 years now. So I understand anxiety. My anxiety was so bad that I didn't even leave my house for 6 months. That's how bad my anxiety, so I get it. But what I want you to understand this week is that whatever's happening this week that's making you feel that way, it's not as bad as you think it is. It's actually not as bad as you think it is. And this energy is so ready. It's so ready. But it's just waiting on something. What is it waiting on you? And then we have the King of Wands here, and I feel like he's just here because he wants to get shit done. That's all. The only thing I feel like this King of Wands is bringing to this reading is that we have to get this done now. There's no more like putting it off. There's no more there's no like the best way to sometimes deal with anxiety, and I'm sure your doctors have told you this and psychologists and stuff, is to sometimes just face that fear head on, because once you take that power out of the situation, there's nothing left to fear. You've conquered that fear, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? I hope you do. But I feel like with this guy here, like, you've got these two, you know, you're holding yourself back, you know, everything is in place, everything is ready to move forward. But the anxiety, I understand the anxiety, but it's the anxiety that's holding you back this week. And, you know, with the King of Wands here, I feel like the King of Wands is asking you, Pisces, this week to please get shit done. Let's do this. There's nothing to fear. Do you think this guy gives a shit? This is the King of Wands. He don't fear fuck all. This is the king of, like, fire. He'll just burn everything that gets in his way. Like, I mean, he's a lovely guy and he's very generous and he'll look the fuck after you. And, you know, he's a great guy and stuff. But don't get in his way. Don't corner him. Don't get in his way. Let's get things done. And I feel like that's what this guy is bringing to the reading for you guys this week, is to get stuff done. Even though you feel anxious, even though your anxiety has been getting in your way this week, even if it's just one small little step, even if it's just that small tiny little step, Pisces, I feel like the King of Wands wants you to just at least take that step this week. You could also be dealing with a fire sign. So this could be a Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. Maybe this person does make you feel uneasy because this is not someone you're going to mess around with. This person wants their stuff done. Like, there's no sitting around with this guy. Like, stuff gets done. When this guy's around, stuff gets done. There's no putting it off anymore. And maybe that's why you feel anxious, because you know your time's up. You know that you have to do stuff now. You can't sit around feeling anxious anymore. You have to get stuff done. And if you're dealing with a fire sign, they're going to help you with that. You know, maybe the King of Wands, yeah, he's a scary character when he's, you know, when he's on his mission, he can be scary, you know. I'm not surprised. Like, he's so confident, there's no room for doubt. And maybe this person is here to help you come out of this anxiety phase. Maybe the King of Wands has shown up because he's trying to help you get out of that stage. And whether this is a natural fire sign, a natural person like a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, I feel like if this person or this character is in your life, I feel like they're really trying to help you move forward to get out of the Two of Swords and be more into the Two of Wands energy rather than the Two of Swords, and go from being anxious to just being so ready, because this guy is ready. So Pisces, this week I feel like, yeah, your anxiety has probably blocked you for a long time. And I think with, again, I'm going to repeat this, I think with the King of Wands showing up, I think he's here just to say it's time. Your time is up. It's time to start taking action. It's time to start moving. It's time to start making those moves and to start making things happen. Because apart from the fact that you're talking yourself out of it and the fact that maybe your emotions are all over the place, you're ready. You're more than ready. It's just trying to break this cycle or fear or whatever it is that's stopping you from moving forward. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to. I know it's okay for me to say, well, that's all it comes down to, but I understand it's hard to see when you're anxious. You know, I know it's hard. So I suffer, like I said, I suffer with that stuff. But this guy is rocking up today to show you that this week, please, even if you just take the smallest step forward, please take that step this week, Pisces. And if you are lucky enough to have this kind of character in your life at the moment, let them help you, because they will make things happen. They will. They're not going to let you sit down and feel like this. They're going to want you to move into this energy and start making action and start moving forward. Pisces, I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's see what's happening with Scorpio this week. Scorpio. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. Oh, God. And on cue, my cat starts to cry. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So Scorpio, I feel like, last week he was ready to, like, put people in their place. This week, I feel like the stuff still continues. It feels, do you know what it feels like? It feels like last week you put people in their place. This week is kind of like the residue of that, you know, like the leftover. Like, people are kind of feeling like, well, cool, thanks for blowing up on me. But what these people don't understand is it took you a lot to get to that stage of where you blew. You don't just blow for no reason. I mean, you can, but I mean, the situation that you have been dealing with is not something that you take lightly. So yeah, these people have kind of picked their swords up. Yes, baby. Sorry, my cat is now coming back. Yo, I love you. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that these people have picked up shop and started to move. I know that it's like, well, this person just exploded on me. Why the fuck am I staying around? Good, go. Because, you know, if you're going to treat me like that, then I don't really want you here. I feel like, do you know what I feel like, Scorpio? I feel like this week you're on a journey for truth. I feel like this week you will find out the truth. It's like your mission this week to find out the truth. We've got the deception card here. We have the moon here. And then we have the moon. I think it's the flip. No, it's not the flip side. So we have the moon here. And the moon is like revealing some stuff here. And then on top of that, we have the page, the Knight of Wands. So this is literally taking a journey. Like, you're going on a journey. And I feel that journey is to find out the truth here. I feel like last week, yeah, you blew up. And I feel like this week people are a little bit afraid of you, and rightly so. If people are pushing your buttons, you know, there's boundaries. We all have boundaries. These people have crossed your boundaries, and I feel like for you guys, you know, shit hit the fan, and now you're just on a quest to find the truth. Like, you want to find out what exactly is happening, because I feel like this person may have told you a whole heap of lies just to get you off their back. Is the lighting really bad? I don't know if you can see that. I feel like this person could literally have just told you another whole heap of bullshit. And I feel that this week it's like Okay, this person's like acting shady again. I don't feel like they're telling me the truth with the moon here. So you're getting on your horse and you're going off and you're finding your own facts. Like you're going to go off and you're going to find your own truth. You're going to come back with receipts and you're going to be like, bam. You know, you can say what you want to say. You can do what you want to do. But I have all the facts. I went and found them myself. You can't tell me anything anymore because I know the truth, you know. You could be dealing with a Pisces because the moon is the Pisces card. You know, it's the Pisces energy. So maybe it's a Pisces that you're dealing with. Who knows? Who knows, right? Oh, we also have the crab here. Isn't the crab representing of Cancer as well? So maybe you're dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer or even both. Who knows, right? This is general, so it could be for anybody. But I feel like this week you guys are on the search for the truth. But I also want to say, Scorpio, that sometimes you do have to look in the mirror. Sometimes you do, I feel like, yeah, something's happening around you for sure. Like someone is definitely being deceptive still. Even though you've blown up on this person and even though you've come to terms with this person and like, you know, you've blown your shit, I still feel like there's something that's not quite right. I still feel like with the deception card here that something's not quite right. And to confirm that, we have the moon card. And the moon card is all about finding the truth. It's all about deception. It's all about, you know, trusting your intuition, Scorpio. Are you trusting your intuition at the moment? I feel like you do. I feel like you know that something's not quite right because you're going off on this journey of truth. You know something's not quite right. You blowing up obviously wasn't enough. They're still going to try and talk shit. They're still talking shit. So it's like this week you make the effort to go off and find the truth so that you can come back and be like, oh, here, look, you see, on that side you're going off on a journey and you give no craps. On this side you're returning with the truth. You're returning with all the facts. So at the moment, I feel like this week you guys are going to be going off and you're going to be trying to find out what the truth is. I wouldn't be surprised this week, Scorpio, for you guys. I know it's another kind of intense week for you, but I wouldn't be surprised if the truth is not revealed. I feel like someone is still not telling the truth. And I know you know that because I know, Scorpio, that on a deeper level you do trust yourself and you do trust your instinct. That's why you can make such harsh I don't want to say judgment because it's not really judgment. It's just your intuition. You just know, like you have that inside you and you're a water sign. You feel it. You know it to be true. So you know that something's off. And I don't feel like there's going to be any explosions this week for you guys, thank God. But I do feel like you are going to kind of go off and try and figure out what the fuck is actually happening here because it still doesn't seem right. Something still does not sit right with you. Could it be with a Pisces? Could it be with a Cancerian? You know, the other thing for Scorpio is maybe like you're still seeing that stuff isn't right. And maybe this journey isn't you going off to find the truth. Maybe this journey is you saying, you know what, I'm out. Peace, deuces, bye. Maybe the truth will be revealed. Maybe that's why you get on your horse and decide to leave. You know, could be either or, it could be both. I mean, it's a general reading. It's covering all angles if it can, you know. It's interesting, Scorpio. I don't understand why this has to happen, though. Why is this, you know? And I feel like this is what's either going to come clean or this is what you're going to find out. I feel like this deception is, I feel like the light is going to be shone on this deceptive person or situation, and the truth will come out, or you will go off and you will find the truth. Or, like I just said, or you're so fed up of this situation that you just thought, you know what, I'm off, I'm out, bye. Bye-bye, no more. I've got a life to live and it obviously isn't here. So, bye people, bye. You know? Interesting. Is there anything else I can pick up from here? I don't think so. I think this week is definitely all about finding out the truth. Whether you go off and find that on your own or whether the truth just gets revealed. Because, you know, things always come to light in the end, and that's a fact. Nothing, even if someone dies, at some point in life, the truth will always be revealed, even if it's 10 years after, or, you know, the truth will always be revealed at some point. And if you're on your merry way and you just thought, fuck it to this situation, good on you. You don't have to put up with this kind of energy. No one does. Who wants to be lied to or deceived or whatever? I don't feel like this is you deceiving yourself. But considering what happened last week, I definitely don't feel like you're deceiving yourself. I definitely feel like this is a situation that's happening around you. You just happen to be involved with it. And I think that, you know, everything happens for our highest good, and that is 100%. And maybe you do need to have understanding on why it's happening. Maybe there's something within inside you that is still quite open, or maybe your boundaries aren't as strong as you thought. Maybe that's why this stuff is still allowed to happen. What is this situation reflecting back to you? Because we can't just keep blaming what's happening outside of us. To some, you know, we signed up for this shit, so at some point we agreed to have this experience. So what have you learned from this experience? Before you get on your horse and you go, what have you learned from this experience? And please don't say, oh, not to trust anyone, because you know that's the biggest fucking lie in the world. I don't want to hear that, because that's just not the truth. What have you learned from this experience? What have you learned about yourself from this experience? Like this, I mean, I don't feel like this is negative. I honestly don't really feel like there is much negative or positive. I feel like a lot of stuff and a lot of messages that come through balance between the two. Everything always comes back to us at the end of the day. And at some point you do have to look in the mirror and say, okay, what is it about me that's attracting this? What is reflecting back to me here? And how can I make that better? And then move on. Because the moon card as well, you know, the moon card is all about reflections. When you look in the water, when you look in the water, you see yourself looking back. You don't see anything else. I mean, you can look past the surface and try and see what's going on under the water, but it's not as clear as, you know, like instant, like you're looking in the water, you see your reflection. It's like a mirror. So what is reflecting back to you? What have you learned from this situation? What did you learn? Because if you look at the back of this card, you can see, oh, hell has broken loose. There's like fire, the tents are burning. This person's just like, yeah, I'm out here. So the reason why I say it feels like the residue of what happened last week is because shit is still going on in the background. It's still burning in the background. Stuff is still fresh. It's not settled yet. There's still something going on here, and it still feels like there's a lot of deception around this energy. And at some point we have to ask ourselves why. Sometimes, you know, we just have to kind of get on our horse and say, fuck it, I'm out. Sometimes with the two like cards here that tell me of deception and stuff, sometimes we have to go off and we have to find the truth. And I feel like this week, it could be all three. It could be one of those three. It could be anything this week, you know. But you're in the search for truth. Whether you leave, whether you stay, whatever you do, this week is all about truth for you. Someone is lying and you're ready. You're ready for something. Ready to move on. Ready for truth. Ready to figure out what's going on with you. So Scorpio, let me know if that resonated with you guys in the comment section below. Felt a bit intense, but hey, you're Scorpio. When is something not intense? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, water signs, I shall catch you in my next video. Bye.